Thank you very much, Frank. Let me start by saying how grateful I am for the chance of exchanging views and coordinate at the beginning of my stay in Berlin, short stay this time. As we are having very similar agendas today, not only in terms of meetings, meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu and meeting with Secretary Kerry later on, but also very similar agendas, if not identical agendas, when it comes to the political one. And I believe that the true essence of showing leadership in a European way is exactly this, putting all the national strength of diplomacy and policy at, I wouldn't say at the service, but in coordination with the European one. And I would like to thank you personally for always doing that in an excellent way, always having the European perspective in your national initiatives and bringing that to our European table in a very effective and strong way. The main 2 points we discussed are obviously the migration and refugee crisis, also touching upon the preparation of the leaders' meeting on Sunday concerning the Western Balkan route, and I had the chance of telling Frank the results of my recent visit to Addis Ababa and the preparations for the Valletta summit, as well as I took the chance of hearing from him about his recent visits in the Gulf, in the Middle East, and in Tehran. Again, coordination is of the essence if you want to pass strong, united and unified messages. But apart from that, the Middle East peace process on one side, or the lack of Middle East peace process on one side, and the Syrian crisis were at the core of our talks. On the first issue, on the Middle East, we will both meet Prime Minister Netanyahu just later on separately. I'm just heading there from here. And I can announce here that tomorrow in Vienna we will have a quartet principles meeting, following up the one we had in New York at the margins of the General Assembly. So I will be there together with Kerry, Lavrov, and the Special Envoy of the UN Secretary General, to coordinate messages, to pass a strong message to the parties, to calm down the situation on the ground, to tackle the situation of the holy sites seriously and with restraint, to de-escalate also the rhetorics, and to try to start implementation of the ground of some positive steps that could lead to more confidence building. I know this sounds as a desperate agenda in these days, but I believe, and we share this, unless we manage to re-establish some common ground for positive developments, we could only expect negative developments to happen. Things don't change for the better by themselves. We need to work on that diplomatically, and this is why I believe the meeting tomorrow and the meetings we were having today, preparing the ground for it, will be important in the sense of gathering the whole international community in the multilateral way to encourage and engage with the parties, to try to create better conditions on the ground, especially in Jerusalem, but also in the West Bank and in Gaza. And when it comes to the Syrian crisis, again, it has been an excellent opportunity to exchange and compare notes. We've both had talks in the last couple of weeks with different key actors in the region, and not only in the region. And we are indeed, and I can say for myself for sure, but I know this is true also for you, Frank, following up very seriously and in a very committed way the indications we shared with all our European Union friends and colleagues and foreign ministers meeting just a few weeks ago in Luxembourg, to engage seriously with the partners and with the regional actors to try to start the political process and the transition process as soon as possible in parallel with the military activities that are going on the ground. And I believe that coordination in this sense with Secretary Kerry, with Foreign Minister Lavrov, that I will meet tomorrow in Vienna, with the regional actors, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Iran, with whom obviously the European Union has a specific role to play given the open channel we have after the reachment of the Iranian deal, are all going to be pushing in the same direction, which means opening the political transition, opening the political process, and trying to find a diplomatic solution to the crisis. Things, as you see, are moving on different levels, but hopefully in the same direction. And we will use these hours and these days, today and tomorrow, to try to see if these different movements on different levels can initiate something useful in that direction. Thank you.
Ja, Frau Mogherini muss 1 Uhr sharp